Let's get back to the tariff story because it's certainly not going away. Donald Trump is saying he's happy to do a deal with China, but he keeps on upping tariffs, and those reciprocal tariffs are being imposed as well by China. Well, let's go to TikTok now, because on TikTok, many videos are being put up by Chinese resellers, really thumbing their nose at Donald Trump. Have a look.
This bag, how much in your country? In my country, $24, $24, $24, $24, $24. 60 cents, 60 cents. Do you want this brand clothes? All these brand clothes, 60 cents per piece. A Chinese factory need to sell a large number of high-quality brand clothes. All of them are individually packaged. You can sell $10 or even $20 in your country, but it only costs 60 cents now. If you are interested, please.
Yeah, so Chinese retailers trying to go around the political leaders, going direct to social media, trying to sell their wares, but also reminding people how much of a markup they pay in countries like the US and even Australia. So pointing out there that some of those items were 60 cents from Shein, for example. America might pay circa $10. Not expensive, but this is a trend that is happening and is not being ignored on social media. It's one to keep an eye on, because when Donald Trump raised tariffs to 145%, he radically changed the cost of doing business for thousands of American companies. The extent of that, to the extent that many may not survive. One of those businesses is called Busy Baby. And joining me live now is the Busy Baby founder, Beth Benike. Beth, thanks so much for your time. I really appreciate it. Just give me an idea of the real lived experience for you and how your business operates, how these tariffs affect you.
Yeah, I mean, to summarize this story quickly, I'm a mom who invented a baby product that stops babies from dropping and throwing their toys. After my son was born, I was inspired with an idea and I took it to market. I got to go on television Shark Tank in America and have been growing my business, most recently growing into Walmart and Target, which are two major retailers here. It's been a exciting and wonderful and sometimes hard journey. And as of last week, I can no longer bring my own products into my own country because I cannot afford to do so with these tariffs. So that's kind of where I'm at.
Okay, so is this this affect you straight away as soon as Trump started talking about tariffs, or is there a lag effect?
No, there couldn't have been worse timing for me. We knew when Trump was elected that there was going to be some tariffs. He talked about it in his campaign. I was expecting it. And we budgeted 20 to 30% extra for what would be considered reasonable tariffs, not 145%. And I have 2 containers of product ready to go, ready to ship, that were supposed to get into a container and onto a ship last week to come to America. That would now cost me $230,000 once it got here if I had let that go. Instead, I asked my factory to please don't load it onto the ship. They graciously offered to store it for me until I can figure out what to do. So my products are sitting in China right now, and I'm working on a plan to sell my products now in other countries. If I can't sell them here, there's babies everywhere. I've actually had a ton of outreach from Australians who are interested in selling the products in Australia. So
Beth, how much would that container load have cost you without the tariff? So you say it was going to cost you $230,000. Yeah. What would it have cost before the tariffs?
Prior to Trump's administration, we didn't pay a tariff. We paid taxes and duties. The category our products fell into, we didn't pay any tariff. When Trump came in and issued the 10% right away, that was around $30,000.
Okay, so it would have cost you $30,000, but then it was going to cost you an extra $200,000, and that's just you just can't do that. It would make your products unsustainably expensive. Yeah,
more than twice as expensive. And people who have new babies have a lot of new expenses in their life. They're not going to spend that much more.
So have you put your prices up a little bit to try and alleviate that, or are you just trying to absorb it?
No, everything that I have currently in my warehouse, I brought into this country without a tariff. So everything that people are buying from me right now, I'm not raising my prices. I'm actually doing a GoFundMe right now to try and raise money to bring the current product in, because I'm going to run out of inventory in 2 months or less. And when I run out of inventory, I don't have sales, which means I can't pay my employees, I can't pay my bills, I default on my loans, and I lose my house. And that could all happen to me within the next 3 months if I don't
Beth,
find a new solution.
I mean, you're a businesswoman. You are very clever. You're trying to think of solutions, and I can see that. So is there a possibility that you say you're trying to find new markets like Australia? So then do you have these products in China and you just sell direct to other markets, completely circumventing the US?
Yep, exactly.
Yeah, right. So if you're going to do that, plenty of other US businesses would be trying to do that as well. And Trump loses anyway.
You know, I have to not be concerned about Trump. I have to be concerned about keeping a house over my kid's head.
Yeah.
And it's not about winning or losing or beating anybody. It's about staying alive and staying in business. And right now, I cannot do business in my own country once I run out of this inventory. So the next best thing I can do is find, there's babies all over the world, you know? I'll find a way to reach them.
Yeah. Well, Beth, we wish you the best of luck, and they look like a great product. My children no longer need those messy mats, but there are plenty of people that certainly need them in those early stages of life. Just before I let you go, you'd be plugged into the small business community. What are other business owners saying? They're in the same situation. I'm sure they're tearing their hair out like you.
It's not good. It's not good. I've spent hours on the phones with fellow business owners who are crying, who are devastated, who have closed their businesses already because, you know, it's hard to have a small business. It's already hard by itself. But when you get your legs cut out from under you, like we are right now, this wasn't a business mistake I made that I have to recover from. This is something that was imposed on me that I have no control over. I am a pawn in a game that I'm not even trying to play. So it's devastating for thousands of us.
I guess what Trump's trying to do is bring back all that manufacturing into the US.
No, he's not. Yeah. No, he's not.
Yeah, right. So could you get these made in the US?
I mean, technically, yes, it'd be significantly more expensive, but he just removed the tariffs on cell phones and computers. Apple has over $50 billion in their cash reserves. Lenovo is a Chinese brand that's the #3 seller in the US of computers. They don't have to pay tariffs. They no longer have motivation to bring manufacturing back to the US, which is why I don't believe this is about bringing manufacturing to the US.
What do you think it's
not
about?
At all. I don't know. But it's not about that. And I spent my whole week trying to figure out how I could bring my manufacturing back to the US. I've priced machinery to start my own factory. I've priced the cost of working with other factories. I've been seeking them out, all for nothing. I've been wasting my energy doing that because if manufacturing was the goal, Apple's the #1 company who would be set up to be able to do that. And now they have no motivation to do so. I don't believe it.
And whatever way you look at it, Beth, you haven't been able to make it work?
Not for here, not for in America. I don't see a way until something changes with these tariffs.
Well, we wish you the very best, and let's keep in touch, okay? Let's hope for the best.
Hopefully you'll see my products in your country soon.
Yeah, I think so. Busy baby. There you go. We really appreciate your time, Beth.